Hi guys, and welcome to Just Recording. First off, I'd like to apologize for how long it took to get this channel off the ground. I'm new at all this, and excuses aside, I procrastinate, and we are where we are, but I'm committing full time to this right now because I'm unemployed right now, and so I may as well. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time, and here's the reasons why, and there's more than one. The first reason is freedom. I care about freedom more than anything else. The same way some people care about, their kids, I care about my rights and my freedoms. And that's not an exaggeration, I care about that more than anything. I either live in a free country or I don't. And a little bit of backstory, I used to be a long-haul truck driver. I may get back into that. But for 5 years, I traveled all over North America, the United States, and Canada. And one of the biggest complaints I heard about Canada from our neighbors to the south is that Canada isn't a free country. We don't have free speech here. We don't have this and that. And I always told them, yeah, we absolutely do live in a free country. This absolutely is a free country. And they said, oh yeah, well, try exercising your freedom. Go flip off a cop. I said, you can totally flip off a cop in Canada. It's free speech. It's protected. He said, well, try it. I said, well, I have no reason to flip off the police. I mean, a police officer, I don't know. But if a police officer gives me a reason, then I will, absolutely. And sure enough, one did. One gave me the reason, and I did. And he immediately jumped out of his police car, chased me into the skate park where I had started skateboarding, and shoved me off of my skateboard while I was skateboarding, placed me in handcuffs for the first time in my life, mind you. I was placed in handcuffs. So that cemented the fact that this channel is going to happen. Once I was assaulted by one of my employees, and that's what the police are. They're public servants, and anyone who pays taxes, whether you buy a candy bar or have a job, they work for you. And so when one of my servants puts his hands on me, when I haven't broken any laws because I exercised my free speech, no. Now I'm making sure my servants do their job, and that's the problem. It's not that the servants don't know their place. A lot of them don't, and that's a big issue. But it's more that the masters, we don't know our place. We don't know that we're supposed to be in charge. The government is supposed to work for the people. We're paying them to serve us. And a lot of the masters, they don't realize that, right? So when you got these government that like to act like they're in charge, and more than half the people just go, oh, well, whatever. They're just sheep. They don't care either way. Well, then it's really hard to stand up for freedom in a country where no one gives a shit about it. And now I'm seeing advertisements because of this whole COVID nonsense that if I care about rights, I'm being selfish. If I care about my rights, then I'm being selfish. That's what I'm seeing. And it's because I don't just care about my rights. I care about everybody's rights. How is that selfish? And they go, well, because you're putting rights over people's lives. I'm like, no, I'm not. Right? I'm saying if you're sick or if you have a weakened immune system, stay home if you like. I want to be out in public, and I have the right to be out in public, and so I am. Whose life am I putting in jeopardy? Someone who's chosen to go out in public with me? Right? How about some personal accountability here? I'm not, because I have a strong immune system, I need to be responsible for someone with a weak immune system? That's not my fault. If that person has a weak immune system. I'm not going to stop eating peanut butter either because some people have peanut allergies. I'm just not. I'm sorry, right? And that's not being selfish because I care about someone else's right to eat peanut butter and someone else's right to go out in public. It's not about just me. Sure, I care about my rights, but I care about everybody else's rights too. And so this nonsense nowadays where even people in this community have been lately like, oh, you better social distance, and you better wear a mask, and you better do this and do. If you care about freedom, then don't tell other people what to do. I don't care how afraid you are. And that's what this is. It's cowardice. There's a lot of cowards out there, And they're controlling things. They're controlling the people who aren't cowards. They're saying, oh, don't go out in public. No, I'm going to do what I do. It hasn't changed for me. You know, I'm still a free individual, but I'm seeing it go away. And I'm seeing people, oh, well, it's okay. It's for safety. It's for public safety. Well, they can just use that excuse over and over and over again to keep us slaves forever. You know, I watched people well, I didn't watch people. I heard about people in the 1950s crouching under their desks because of the threat of atomic war, right? And we look back and go, what cowards, what idiots, right? And even 20 years ago, you know, 9/11 happened. Everyone was, oh, I'm afraid to get on an airplane. Let's let the TSA take our rights away and molest us. And we know now that that didn't help anything. The billions of dollars we spent on security didn't catch one single terrorist. So, you know, they can just go lie after lie after lie. If they keep people afraid enough, people are just going to keep giving their rights away one after another. And so, number one reason I'm doing this is freedom. I care about freedom, and I'm going to live in a free country, right? If this becomes not a free country anymore, I'm going to find somewhere that is, or go get a sailboat and go out into international waters because, yeah, I want to live in a free country. I want to make sure Canada stays free. I want to make sure the people in this country stay free, whether they want it or not. I think that I will do that for them, whether they know that I'm helping them or not. The other reason is, as bad as our freedoms being trampled, is this epidemic of just ignorance. Again, people out filming in public, and people, you can't film me. Like, people don't know anything about public photography or the rights people have, or just what is common courtesy, which is not to tell someone else they can't do something. That's none of your business, right? It'd be like if I came up to someone in public and said, hey, I don't like that shirt you're wearing. Go home and change it. Go change your shirt. That's like someone coming to me and saying, hey, I don't like you recording. Stop it. You know, it's ignorant. And so I'm going to do a public service and go out and educate people for fun and for free, as, you know, Johnny 5-0 says. And yeah, this has to happen. People need to start standing up for freedom, or we just won't have any left. So freedom, education, and I don't like hypocrisy. I don't like seeing gangs that my tax dollars pay act one way, you know, when they're supposed to be serving us, serve themselves instead. And I see that all the time. Again, I watched a police officer commit a crime against me. He committed assault on me. And there was another police officer there, and she didn't arrest him for his crime. She didn't stop him, right? I've seen this. So I've seen a police officer commit a crime. Of course the police have seen police officers commit crimes. Every one of them. You said I randomly saw one, but the people who work around cops every day, they don't see it? Of course they do. And they don't do anything about it, which kind of blows the myth of the good cop out of the water, right? If there's a good cop, surely he would have stopped the bad ones, right? Would have given a ticket to his fellow officer when he saw him run a red light or speeding. Would have arrested the officer that assaulted me and give him a charge, right? Like they would to anyone else. Surely they're going to do their job. Oh, they're not going to do their job? Well, then they're bad cops. If they care about that blue line more than they care about the public that pay their salary, they're not good public servants. They're just gang members. And so that's the third reason, is that I'm not afraid of gang members. People who join gangs don't have personal power. They're pussies. If you join a gang, it's because you're a pussy. It's plain and simple. You need to rely on someone else to feel tough. You need to rely on your brotherhood to feel tough. Only pussies join gangs. And so they don't intimidate me. You know, any gang could kill me, but none of them can intimidate me. I'm not afraid of dying, so they can't threaten me with anything. And so I'm going to go out and stand up to these gangs and show you just what kind of cowards that they actually are. And that's basically it, you know. If you're a good police officer out there, I have nothing against you, but I seriously doubt you are. Because the first thing you have to do to prove to me that you're a good police officer is show me the officers that you've stopped, the bad ones. Show me the list of the bad officers that you've given charges to, that you've given testimony against in court, and then maybe I'll judge on you and see maybe you are a good cop. You know? But I don't see them. I tend to get off on tangents. It's supposed to be a welcome video to my new channel and explaining why. I think I've gone off topic a little bit, but Mainly, I need to see freedom come back to this country. And just one more point before I go. If you're in Canada, at least in Ontario, I want to make sure I'm not misspeaking here. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know the law. So I'm just going to give you what I understand is true here, which is that, and I've read this on the, I forget which website, government website, I think Public Health, that frontline news reporters are essential services. So if you want to go out and enjoy your parks and enjoy the things that they're saying, if it's public property, and I see these signs out on the parks, park is for walk-through only. So basically, if you stop and you start playing in the park, they can give you a ticket, right? But that doesn't apply to people doing their jobs as an essential service. If there's a city worker there emptying the garbage, he's not breaking the law because that's an essential service. If there's a police officer there responding to someone playing in the park, he's not breaking the law because that's an essential service. So if you're in that park, maybe you are, exercising, playing soccer, skateboarding in a skateboard park like I like to do, and the police come out, well, take your camera out. Or already have it out, recording, and tell them that you're gathering content for a story, and now you're a frontline news reporter because you don't need credentials. We have freedom of the press in this country. Anyone can be a frontline news reporter. Take your camera out and go out in public if you like. You're absolutely allowed to. As media, we are an essential service, and anyone can be media. So anyone can be out in public as long as they know this. Knowledge is power, people. It allows me to go out. I've been out skateboarding every day. I want, because I'm starting this channel, I'd love for bylaw or police to come start talking to me, but so far I think they know better. Because I'm doing it right in front of them. They're at the skate park, and I'll go and I'll start skateboarding there, and not one of them has said a word to me. So that might be a credit to them. Maybe some of these people actually care about what's right and wrong more than what's legal or illegal. I know I do. I honestly don't give a shit about the law. Good people don't need laws, and bad people will just find a way around them. So I don't like laws. I'm not a fan of them. I think we only need one rule as a human species, and that is respect. It's the only rule we need. It works at a skate park. You go to a skateboard park, there's rules up there, but nobody's ever read them. Or that might be an exaggeration. Hardly anyone reads them. The rule is that respect, and that's it. When people step out of line, tell them, hey, don't be a dick. Be respectful. And that's just it. But some people think they have rights that don't, and some people act in a strange way when you go out and you just record. Like that's being rude. Like the act of recording alone is being rude when someone's in public. And if that's how they feel, then they need to voice their complaints to the government, who really started the trend of public recording. The government was doing public recording long before I was, long before most people were, And so if you're out there and you think that being recorded in public is rude, then I suggest you go and complain to the people who started that trend. But don't complain to me, because I don't give a fuck. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening to this rant. Hopefully, I have gathered some content. I'm editing. All this stuff is new to me, but you're going to see some videos start coming up on this channel soon, and hopefully I can keep them coming, and hopefully you guys will enjoy them. So be safe out there, guys, and be free.